Alright, my name is Hiram Shelton, and this is my video discussing the pros and cons of legalizing drugs. Um, Actually, just my opinion of the pros and cons. So, with legalizing all drugs, that would take out a lot of corruption and a lot of illegal ways that people get drugs in the first place, um, which would be pretty good. It would take out a lot of criminals doing criminal things just to get what they want. Um, because obviously bad things are happening simply by trying to get drugs. Whereas if we just made it available, a lot of those, um, a lot of the corruption and criminal ways would be done away with. The problem that I see, the main con of legalizing all drugs, is that it's highly addictive. Many drugs are highly addictive, and that takes out the choice of the matter. One of the points was that people have the freedom to choose, and so they should be able to choose to just take these drugs even if it's not good for them. But when things are highly addictive like that, they only get to choose a couple times before it's no longer a choice, because then it becomes a need for them to be able to take these drugs. The other problem I see is that people that take these drugs don't think clearly, which can harm themselves and the people around them. If someone wants to harm themselves, people might be okay with that. But even as someone that wants to be a future police officer, I feel a serious need to protect someone even if they want to harm themselves. So getting past just the choice in general, there is serious harm that could take place on this person and the people around this person. Just because it's legal to take a drug doesn't mean it's suddenly legal to drive on cocaine or drive while under the influence of marijuana or meth. But people are going to do that if it's legal because they are not thinking straight, and that puts all other drivers on the road at risk, which means there's going to be far more crime happening than if it is illegal. And although there's a lot of crime happening, you know, underground, so to speak, or out of plain sight to get people drugs anyways, it's still better to have it that way than to just have so many people having the ability to take drugs and then harm themselves and harm others. The other problem with being able to access so many drugs is that people will get addicted, possibly without even knowing the warnings and knowing what's really at stake. Even without it being legal, there are plenty of high schoolers who get peer pressured into trying weird drugs for the first time. So imagine it, if it's legal, these kids are gonna, teenagers and adults will have far more opportunities and just temptation in general to say, oh, I'll just do it the one time. But many of these drugs, taking it the one time, it clicks in and it's a serious high, and they want to get it again, which could be seriously dangerous, and it takes out the choice in the end. So I do believe people should have the freedom of choice, but a lot of drugs take away that choice. And so that's why I think it should remain illegal. Thanks.